Warning, the following contains graphic material of a maturing nature. Viewership is strongly advised if you'd like to live a long and happy life.
North of 49, a guide to the rest of your life. Welcome to North of 49. On today's show, we meet Andrea Carr, a woman who proves that laughter really is the best medicine. Andrea, who suffered from what was at one point a debilitating case of arthritis, attributes her newfound health largely to her practice of stand-up comedy. Also on today's show, we'll talk to John Esdale, Director of the Arthritis Research Centre of Canada, about what we can all do to manage and prevent arthritis north of 49. And we'll catch up with nutritionist Ali Chernoff about the vegan diet, a lifestyle choice that Andrea has recently adopted. At 58, Andrea Carr has endured and overcome her share of life challenges. As a young single mother, Andrea once found herself on welfare, struggling to care for her daughter. After taking a creative writing course at a local college, Andrea began writing a newspaper column on single parenting, which ultimately led to a book. A creative woman who loved working with people, Andrea went on to work in the film industry and eventually took a job in customer service until her health caused her to change everything.
I had to leave my job because I was suffering with arthritis and I couldn't work as a customer service rep. I was on a cane, had bronchitis, and taking a lot of pills. Everything was like crashing around me. You know, I'm not working, I have no paycheck, and what's left?
It was around this time that Andrea discovered something that would eventually help turn her life around.
I had seen this advertisement for stand-up comedy, and I'd thought about it actually for a year, but I didn't have enough nerve to do it.
Andrea finally summoned the courage to sign up for her first stand-up comedy class at Laugh Lines in New Westminster. But in addition to her nerves, Andrea quickly realized that there was another obstacle between her and the stage: her health.
Of course, the first day I was terrified. You know, I was thinking I shouldn't be here, and I had all these doubts. I managed to stumble in and climb up all these stairs, which I could barely get up, and it was great.
At the end of her comedy class, Andrea had to get up in front of 500 people and perform for the first time. She immediately fell in love with the rush of live comedy.
He wears a mask.
He wipes his fingerprints off everything.
It feels absolutely incredible. You feel this great amount of energy coming from the audience. It just kind of crackles. It's like nothing else. I thought really well, from that. I thought, well, if I can do that, I can do anything. It was very empowering.
For Andrea, stand-up comedy not only helped lift her spirits, but also gave her something to focus on at a time when she was preoccupied with her dwindling health.
It was fantastic, because you're not thinking about doctors. You're not thinking, well, I got to go for a blood test. And I was thinking about laughter and writing it. And it was a great distraction. And that's exactly what I needed. So if I hadn't, I probably might have been on, antidepressant pills. I probably would have been much worse.
It was at this time, when Andrea was really depending on her faith to get her through, that her church closed its doors. Discouraged at first, Andrea persevered and found a new church that connected her faith with her love of comedy.
I was thinking, well, I got to find a church. So I went online and I saw this Anglican church in Surrey, which said a church of new beginnings. And I thought, well, that's me. So I went, and they had this innate sense of humor. And we have this minister that just cracks these jokes, and he's talking about, how his home repairs go terribly wrong.
OMG! What? Is this the new bingo hall near Cow River? Or the new fire hall strip joint? Give me No, they're
As Andrea continued to hone her comedy writing, one piece that stuck with her was a farm-themed sketch called Cowslip Corners, which she performed with Eve Weimer, one of her collaborators. It was then that Andrea realized her comedy could serve another important purpose.
I really wanted to use it for something other than, yes, getting laughs. I mean, it's great to get laughs, but I wanted it to be beneficial, and then I decided, well, I really want to use it for animals.
These days, Andrea writes material that draws attention to the ethical treatment of animals and promotes local organizations like A Better Life Dog Rescue. As a lifelong animal lover, Andrea has recently adapted her diet from being a partial vegetarian, which includes eating fish, to vegan. She is also experimenting with raw food and is doing her best to keep her arthritis in check.
I'm feeling really good. It comes and goes. Like if I have a stressful day, there's certain things that will be like triggers that can trigger it off.
After leaving her job to take care of her health, Andrea is taking steps toward a more fulfilling career. She has gone back to school to work with children, where she plans to use her training as a comic to help connect with students.
I'm taking a special teacher needs assistant program, and hopefully I'll be graduating this year.
Whether it's for single parents, children, or animals, Andrea has always used her writing and performing to give a voice to those who may not be able to speak for themselves. As she continues to perform comedy, her courage to get up on stage does not go unnoticed.
I did Yuck Yucks in Vancouver, and well, it's primarily people in their 30s. And afterwards, I had young men that came up to us, and my friend as well, and shook our hands and said, wow, you know, it's amazing that you can actually get up and do that. I'd love to do that.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
North of 49, a guide to the rest of your life.